Hi guys, today I'm going to react and we're going to watch together David from Boy in the Band. I happened to bump into this video because I actually used to I follow him, but I don't know why the videos don't pop up, and with so many things, whatever. The point is that I have followed him ever since he came out with that song, Don't Stay in School. And, you know, throughout the time I knew that he suffered from depression, and he talked about the topic, you know, once in a while. But now he actually went deep in and he covered it. And I want to share this with you, sobre todo con mi gente latina, que no acepta que la depresión es algo que es genético y que es biológico, que no es algo que solamente la persona puede recuperarse. Salte, levántate, salte de ahí. Now, we all suffer from it to varying degrees when we go through moods. And he explains that here very good, because that's the problem. People forget, la gente se olvida. A word has more than one meaning. There's not such word that only has one meaning. So you have to keep reading the dictionary, keep reading the encyclopedia to get the meanings, the entire meanings of one word. So just because someone uses it all the time doesn't mean that it's not medically, biologically, something that you cannot control. Now you can work at it, but you can't control it.
Hi, I'm Dave from Boy in the Band. Recently I was looking around the internet when I found a video telling me "You are not depressed, stop it," with an angry looking guy in the thumbnail who I recognized. This is Prince E. He's a YouTuber and rapper who has more recently started making
Yeah, and I know, and I also used to follow him, not follow him, but watch his videos, because he had one video just like Boy in the Band, just like David. But the other guy's video, I can't remember what the name of it was, but it's about schools as well, the school system. And they both cover the same, almost the same topic parallel, except that David goes more into the individuality, into the student-teacher relationship, more than into the entire system. And the other guys, at least he does mention that teachers are not able to, you know, teach all the classes or do differentiated instruction with one student versus another as they're supposed to, because it's technically impossible the way the district, the way the school system is set up, where there's no funding. So David doesn't cover that much there. It's more like, you know, the teachers should teach this. But I'll go over that song later on in another day. You know, I'll go on a song. That's a different story. Right now, I know both of them. Both of them have rap about the same issues. Now, this guy, David, he's right in this when it comes to the topic of depression versus Prince EA.
Content which is motivating and inspiring, according to himself. You've probably seen some of the more successful stuff on Facebook. His spoken word videos have gone freaking crazy viral. Now at first glance it looks like he's spreading a good message, but underneath the surface there are some really fundamental things he's doing which struck me as seriously dodgy, and watching the video behind the angry thumbnail pushed me over the edge. So today I'm calling out Princey on several things I think he's doing wrong.
Oh, by the way, and this is old. This is not new. This is 2016. Imagine. It's been 5 years and it just popped up on my radar, and I'm like, this issue is as valid today as it was back in 2016 and back in even though we're getting more open-minded about depression. I gotta admit that people talk more about it. When I was a kid, when I was growing up, people didn't talk about it, and you were told you need to, you know, you need to get up and go, you need to get out of it, you know, you need to snap out of it because it's all mental. And I have
First, that video. Okay, so it's obvious clickbait, and that's understandable. We've all got to do what we've got to do to compete with BuzzFeed, you understand? But the problem I had was within the content.
You are not depressed. Stop saying that.
Did he just say that? I'm so mad. I'm seriously gonna go off on this guy in the comments.
And what makes me laugh es que yo he escuchado esto de Facundo Cabral. Facundo Cabral tiene una canción, no, tú no estás depresivo. Tú no estás deprimido, no depresivo, deprimido. Tú no estás deprimido. Oh my. It's our culture. It's the same thing that this guy is saying, except that this guy is saying it, you know, in English and, you know, with a background. Facundo Cabral, also spoken words, by the way. Also spoken words. But he talks more like, I mean, but I understand the point where their two are coming from when it comes to the sadness, feeling sad, when you're not medically or clinically depressed, when it's not something medical, when it's just the sadness because you're going through a bad moment or you feel gloomy, that's a different story.
Oh, snap. I got people mad already, ready to go off on me in the comments.
How did he know?
You may be experiencing a depression right now, but...
It's funny though. How does he know? Because he's playing like, you know, he's seen the video already, so he's like introducing this little topic and having that conversation with him.
You are not depressed. See, you are the sky.
I love that. Maria Felix. Maria Felix.
Ready to go off on me in the comments.
Maria Felix.
You may be experiencing a depression right now, but you are not depressed.
The eyebrow raise. I love that. I can't do that. But Maria Felix, one of my favorite Mexican actresses, she used to do that. She was famous for doing that.
See, you are the sky. Depression, frustration, sadness, these are passing clouds. They come, they go.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop you there. No, depression does not always go. See, it looks like you're...
Facundo Cabral doesn't sound that corny, like they come, they go. Yeah, that extent is, but it's people get caught up in their thing. They become famous, you know, and now he was praised for that because he did do a good job when he talked about the school system. And I'm talking about Prince EA, but now, yeah, they come, they go. It sounds kind of corny.
Mixing up this Wikipedia page with this one. Depressed can be a mood like sadness or frustration.
There you go, right there. That's the one I like. That's the point. There. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let me, where is it? Why is it that I can never just get where I want to? This is going to be a long video, so I hope that you guys watch it to the end. And give it a thumbs up because look, I'm struggling trying to get the Wikipedia page that he showed. There you go. Thank you very much. And thank you for having patience. But depresión, mood, es un sentimiento. Okay? Major depressive disorder, eso es una clínica, una depresión clínica, una tristeza clínica. Esa tristeza tú no te la vas a sacar oyendo pensamientos positivos, haciendo ejercicio, leyendo cosas positivas, escuchando música. No se va. Doctor, psiquiatra, psicólogo.
This one. Depressed can be a mood like sadness or frustration, but depressed can also refer to major depressive disorder, a mental disorder people are genetically predisposed to. I'll let this professor from Stanford University explain it.
It's a biochemical disorder with a genetic component, and early experience influences where somebody can't appreciate sunsets. And that's what this disease is about.
Seriously, well worth watching the full thing. Small Hagrid has some great insight. So let's see what else Prince has to say.
Now pause the video right now and take some time with this. This is life-changing.
If you have to tell someone something is life-changing, then it probably isn't that life-changing.
You are the witness, the perceiver of depression. And that which perceives depression is not depressed.
Okay, I get what you're trying to say. If you treat your emotions and thoughts as if you were a passive observer, you're more likely to be able to live with them. This is at the core of a type of scientifically backed therapy, which my therapist did, called ACT. I actually emailed one of the people who created the therapy, Stephen Hayes, who sent me a bunch of studies with evidence of it being effective. But there are a lot of people who are stuck with brains that do not let their sadness go. And this is why this part of his video is so problematic.
See, imagine this remote control is depression. So you got you.
Because there's variance, there's degree of depression, okay? And not everybody who's bipolar feels and act the same way at the same intensity. They might feel certain things similar to another person who's has mood swing or bipolar, extremely bipolar. Those that mood swings, because I seen it. There's people that they go from one moment they're laughing to right that split second they're crying, and that has to be medically treated. You have to go to a doctor. You don't get it from any guru. Not even Dale Carnegie or Dr. Wayne. They're great when you need a push to motivate yourself, but that's when you don't have a disease in your head.
And then you got depression. Depression comes, it goes, it comes, it stays for a while, it goes.
For those people who have the mental disorder, it's like saying to someone in the middle of a heart attack, you don't have heart attacks. You may be experiencing a heart attack, but you do not have heart attacks. Heart attacks come, they go. And judging from the comments, it's not just me who felt strongly about this. In fact, one of his fans uploaded a response video which really explained this well.
First of all, thank you for being an incredible force for change. It's fantastic, but dude, if this is depression and you had been in my house yesterday, I would have thrown the fucking thing at you. It's not true.
Le había tirado el control remoto, porque el control remoto el otro lo usó como que, okay, this is depression. Let's use this imagery right here. And let's just, claim that it is depression. And you can, just like it goes, it comes, you can throw it away. He wants to throw depression away. I wouldn't blame him. And it would have felt right on top of Prince EA. He needed to get that depression control.
Choice that people make, it's a shift in perception that's caused by, or has its basis in biochemistry. What you're saying there, I think, almost even errs on the side of being a little bit dangerous for folks.
But I thought I'd give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he just messed up once with this topic, until I found another video where he mentions the same concept with some more mistakes.
See, this world we live in, it creates depression.
For the mood, yes. For the mental illness, no.
Sunsets.
This is where the damaging part comes in.
So that's what he should be. I mean, I can understand. You can be a motivator, speaker. Okay, I see people trying to do that, but at the end of the day, I mean, he could be a spoken word. He got the talent. He doesn't. I don't understand. At the end of the day, nobody's gonna help you. You gotta help yourself. People can extend their hands. They can go out of the way to try to help it. But if you don't do it, if you don't take that step, nobody's gonna be able to do it. Even the clinical depression, you still have to go to a doctor. You have to go to a doctor. You can't get it from a book. You can't get it from another person. And the problem is when again, there's variant, there's degree. Some people are so gone in depression, they're so affected by it, they're so sick that they're not even capable of getting up and going to a doctor and getting medication. Or physical, or therapy, not physical, I was going to say clinical therapy, psychological, the one that you talk to someone.
See, everybody suffers from depression.
There's always this little voice between the lines there of, come on, pull yourself together. We all deal with this sort of thing.
This video is going to encourage that voice in depressed people, which makes them feel inadequate. Everyone else has it come and go, but not me. That's the kind of thing that could contribute to the statistic he referenced at the start of this video.
Did you know that in 10 years, depression will be the leading...
Right there. But him saying that it's going to contribute, le va a afectar más, no le va a ayudar. Es al contrario, because then other people listen to that and they're like, oh, you see, you can get out of this. Listen to this guy. Go to this video. Listen to this guy. Follow this. Follow him. He's going to help you. No. It could backfire. It's dangerous.
It's going to encourage that voice in depressed people, which makes them feel inadequate. Everyone else has it come and go, but not me. That's the kind of thing that could contribute to the statistic he referenced at the start of this video.
Did you know that in 10 years, depression will be the leading cause of death?
Hang on, really?
And I like the fact that he said the statistic that you saw in the video, le está diciendo la estadística que empezó el Prince EA en el video. That's interesting. Because that statistic that he pulled it out of nowhere, by the way, But that statistic that he mentioned, he said that things around here make you depressed. The life is depressing. You know, there's things in the world that can make you depressed. Well, he is one of those people that can make other people more depressed. Instead of encouraging them, it's making them depressed because they feel, man, why can't I get out of this when everybody else can? Why can't I get out to the other side?
Heart disease or cancer? That seems really freaking high. Let me check his sources. Oh wait, there isn't one. Wait, is it here? Now what about under here? Behind this? Here? Where the hell is it? And this is the next problem.
No songs.
If you're doing online meetings, you have to try Crisp. With the magic of a click.
The guy references studies all over the place.
I read a study yesterday. Study showed it. There was a study done, a hospital study, at a rate of 40 football fields every minute.
But I can't find his sources any frickin' where. Not in the description, not on his Facebook posts, not hidden in the background of his videos. Wait, what's that? Oh, it's just...
And the good thing about this guy is that if you look at a boy in a band, if you look at his thing, where is it? Show more right here. He has all the sources. All the sources. Even the video of the professor. Pretty good. This kid went to school. He did learn something in school.
Bigfoot false alarm. So I have no idea whether what he's saying is just made up, like in his video, Can We Autocorrect Humanity?
Did you know the average person spends 4 years of his life looking down at his cell phone?
Wow, really? Well, I'd love to research this to contribute to the conversation, but I can't because you don't cite the frickin' source! And this made me wonder just how much scientific misinformation is this guy just casually throwing out there? So I started to check.
Studies show the attention span of the average adult today is 1 second lower than that of a goldfish.
Now this struck me as absolute crap, and it turns out that's because it's absolute crap. The closest I could find to a source that he might be referencing was a marketing brochure saying, the average time a user spends to digest information has decreased significantly over the past 12 years, from 12 seconds in 2000 to 8 seconds in 2012. Less than the average attention span of a goldfish. And after hours of searching, I couldn't find the actual study at all. But even if we put aside for the moment the fact that he's citing a study that doesn't seem to exist, it still means absolutely bugger all. Because the study measured how long internet users spent on each page before moving on to the next one. It might show that websites load faster now, or that there's more crap on the internet that we have to wade through before finding the good stuff. But it does not show that people are incapable of paying attention to important messages, which the next part of the video suggests.
So if you're one of the few people or aquatic animals that have yet to click off or close this video, congratulations. Congratulations.
And not only did he mess up the part about human attention spans, but the goldfish part is also wrong. Here are 2 studies proving they can remember things for months, and if that's not your thing, even frickin' Mythbusters did an episode proving it wrong.
30 seconds, I think, is pretty good to make it through 4 holes. It's clear that they've learned, and it's clear that they do, in fact, have a memory longer than 3 seconds. Myth busted.
I just don't know how many more late...
He even went into YouTube and searched for videos. The Mythbuster. That's a huge YouTube channel. And that's what they do. They bust myths that people have. Anything that you think that could be possible and they can show that it's not, they'll do it. And he went and got the goldfish.
Layers of wrongness it's possible to pile onto one sentence, except maybe this one. Now that one was just a random fact trying to strengthen his point, but some of the things he claims have worse consequences.
That was pretty cool. He put his caption. Let me see. Is that the caption that came up?
3 seconds. Myth busted.
I just don't know how many more layers of wrongness it's possible to pile onto one sentence, except maybe this one.
That's what he did. He put up that little part only for caption. And yeah, when you speak, it doesn't come out the words that you say. Oh my god, he is funny.
Now that one was just a random fact trying to strengthen his point, but some of the things he claims have worse consequences. A line that made me freaking shake with frustration was,
videos are 6 seconds at high speed and you wonder why ADD is on the rise.
Okay, so as you might say,
stop saying that.
Now here, I know you didn't do any research, not just because you called it ADD when it's been known in the psychological community as ADHD since 1987, but also, ADHD is one of the most freaking genetic mental disorders. I contacted one of the world's leading ADHD experts, Dr.
Jordan Lucas, ADHD. They have a song like that. and with what's his name? Logic. I love that song.
Russ Barkley, who told me that and then explained
70 to 80% is the result of differences in genetics across the entire population. It exceeds the genetic variation in any psychological trait. If you have an identical twin with ADHD, the risk to you is 75 to 94% roughly.
So does watching short videos cause ADHD?
But we found no real evidence of purely social factors that can explain this disorder. It really behaves very much like a biological trait.
ADHD is freaking horrible. It's essentially being trapped in your own brain, unable to control yourself like normal people can. This guy's spreading a lie that people could avoid it if they just stopped using their phones, rather than the truth that it is one of the most treatable genetic disorders with medication. And this from a guy who, according to himself, is making smart cool.
I'm gonna make smart cool again.
That is definitely not smart, and it is definitely not cool. So why would he do this? Well, if we take a look later in this video, it brings me to the final issue with Princey. Oh, Princey. Princey makes things seem a lot worse than they actually are, so people get emotional enough to share it.
Mr. Zuckerberg, not to be rude, but you should reclassify Facebook to what it is, an anti-social network.
So because some people are not using Facebook in a healthy way, the entire site, which has allowed billions of people to keep in touch across countries, is antisocial. He gives no sense of nuance to the argument, and he often just totally lies.
Technology has made us more selfish and separate than ever.
Here are several sources which found charitable giving has been growing for decades, but I'd love to see what you base your point on, but oh wait, you didn't cite the source anyway.
The news is 140 characters.
I could have sworn that technology let us freely share our footage and research.
The news is 100.
That's the thing too. I agree with him because this is the human factor. And Prince EA is taking advantage of that for his own video, which there's no problem. I mean, I don't know, but when it comes to technology, if people want to do this, that's no problem. He doesn't have to give sources for that. That's no big deal. It's not going to affect anyone. What's the worst that can happen? That people that his followers stop using social media? Then great. If they stop using it, I guess they won't follow him anymore. But the point is that I don't think it's a big deal. But the thing that I do understand is because a lot of people don't want to see the fact of the positivity. They always want to think that technology is just, cell phones. And technology is camera, and it's not. Technology is the clothes we wear. Technology is the knife that we use, the spoon that we use, the fork that we use. That's all technology. We got technology all over the place, and it has improved our life, make it better. And the best example that I can give is, I never forget, don't know the name of the guy, like always, who shot that island. And I think it was in Norway or Sweden. It was in one of those northern countries in Europe. Belgium. Was it Belgium? I don't remember. The point is that he went into an island, and there were people were camping, kids were camping. There were a lot of. They even made a movie about it. There were a lot of students there. They went camping for the holidays. And when the guy got there, the ones that were able to escape, to run, what did they use? Cell phone. They called their mom. And what did the mom and the dad use? Television, technology. Through the television, the mom and the dad were able to tell the kids, don't come out yet. Because they still haven't gotten him. He's still around. And then through the cell phone too, they were able to say, okay, now you can come out. I mean, come on, without technology, you could have never done that. That would have been such a lonely situation. Those kids would have been completely dead, completely and they would have been exterminated, aniquilados, exterminated. And that's what the guy wanted to do, because he wanted a white race and blah blah blah. He didn't like. I think that there were also kids that were from other countries in that place. So he was rebelling against immigration. And what did he do? He go to this island and start shooting people, start shooting kids, teachers, campers, everybody. And what happened? Technology helped them. Technology saved them.
140 characters.
Issues like police brutality, which never...
The news is 140 characters.
Twitter didn't stop.
The news is 140...
Okay, what else is wrong?
No longer do I want to spoil a precious moment by recording it with a phone. I want to spoil a precious moment by...
And he's showing him all the pictures that he has taken, that he has posted on Instagram, probably on social media.
This moment by recording it with a phone, I'm just gonna keep them.
I've noticed this is a surprisingly popular opinion, but I just don't get what's wrong with it. What if you want to share it with someone who couldn't be there? Or if you have a bad memory? Or if, heaven forbid, you enjoy looking at photos?
I don't want to take a picture of all my meals anymore, I'm just gonna eat them.
I don't see the appeal of taking pictures of food either, but some people seem to enjoy it. What's wrong with that? Just don't follow them on Instagram.
I don't want the new app, the new software, or the new update.
Well, in that case, your cybersecurity is going to be severely compromised.
And if I want to post an old photo...
Hang on, you just said you don't...
The news is 140 characters.
Oh, my mistake. And it ends on this big point.
I imagine a world where we smile when we have low batteries. Cause that'll mean we'll be one bar closer to humanity.
The implication here is that technology prevents humanity. How many films or songs have made you emotional? Or how many online conversations make people happy? Your own videos, judging from the response, make people emotional, which is very human. And he went even further in another video entitled, Why I Think This World Should End.
Technology has given us everything we could ever want, and at the same time stolen everything we really need.
Frickin' everything around us is technology. Easily accessible food, your frickin' polo shirt. What's the cutoff point for you? 1846? Was the penny farthing a step too far?
What are you doing on your phone?
I'm sorry, I left a gentleman alone in my apartment, so I'm tracking him to make sure he leaves.
You're tracking him?
Yeah,
just skip the ad.
He continues to monger fear.
It's easier to find a Big Mac than an apple.
No, it isn't. There are more supermarkets than McDonald's. Where are you looking for fruit? Also, you can get apples at McDonald's. Just ask.
When you find the apple, it's been genetically processed and modified.
We've been genetically modifying things for centuries. Bananas used to look like this.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that either, because the genetically stuff, I don't know. Some people say it's good because they put vitamins in, but if they put hormones making us bigger, and it's much more difficult, and these things last for days now. And I know that he's saying bananas used to look like that, okay, but that's after they were, for a while. I don't think that was a brand new banana. I think that was a banana that went spoiled, went rotten, and it doesn't look like a banana. Is that a banana for real? Doesn't even look like a banana. But I'd rather that didn't last that long. I mean, yeah, if I had to throw it away, I'll throw it away. That's why I buy specific food that you want to eat.
Do you want that? Do you want to eat that, Princey?
There's more violence on the screen than ever before.
And yet this is the least violent period in human history.
Today, we are probably living in the most peaceful time in our species' existence. Death rate goes down from 65,000 in the 1950s to...
Yeah, that was 2016. We're in 2021. Colombia and Palestine being attacked.
Less than 2,000 deaths in this decade.
There's so much of this crap. He makes it seem like the world is getting worse and worse, when in a lot of ways we're improving. But that's not a shareable poetry video, is it? Now this point I have is what made me stop thinking this could just be unintentional, and made me question if he respects his audience at all. So on Facebook, different post types get different promotion by Facebook's algorithm. So Facebook can make the most money. Things which keep people on the site for longer are promoted, like videos and posts, and links which take people off the site don't. So that's why I upload most of my videos to Facebook directly, rather than just linking to the YouTube.
I didn't know that. Quite interesting. If somebody watched this video and is following me and watching to the end, could you please leave in a comment there how the algorithm for YouTube works? How does your video pops up so you can get more view?
YouTube video. And Prince E does this himself by uploading his videos to Facebook and YouTube separately. Now, I noticed something weird on Prince E's Facebook. Very often he linked to articles externally instead of making posts directly on Facebook. Now, I wondered why he wouldn't just post directly to Facebook or stick with the motivational quote pictures which he slaps his name on to get a bit more exposure. And then I realized most of the articles were from the same few websites. Most were plastered with ads, and some of them were focused on selling something. And when you see what this clickbait crap is, it gets worse. I found this article written for Prince EA, whatever that means, on this site titled 6 Signs You're in the Presence of a Deceased Family Member. So they're getting money by lying to desperate bereaved people and spamming their pages with ads. I might understand if this was a few articles which he'd made a mistake about, but this is systematic. It's freaking daily. So I wondered, hang on, is he getting paid for this? Isn't he supposed to disclose when he's paid to endorse something? So I looked it up. In America, where he's from, the FTC monitors how legal this stuff is. I found the FTC guidelines saying, say you're planning a vacation. You do some research and find a glowing review on someone's blog.
Sorry guys, it came to a stop, so I had to, whatever.
With dollars to say great things about it, it could affect how much weight you give the blogger's endorsement. The blogger should, therefore, let his readers know about that relationship. But maybe he actually is just sharing articles regularly which decreases his Facebook ranking and potential audience growth, until I saw some of them were written by him. And the FTC guidelines also had a Q&A section which had this part. I work for a terrific company. Can I mention our products to people in my social networks? You should make sure that your relationship is disclosed to people who read your online postings about your company or its products. Either he's writing a lot of
Thank you, David. I didn't even know that. You see, this guy's done so much research, and these are interesting things that one should know to see what can one do in social medias to promote themselves. And I bet you this guy doesn't even know. And if he knows, I mean, he's just cheating the system.
Paid clickbait articles, or he's making money by misleading his audience every day. And as he's said repeatedly, he's really smart.
What makes him more cool again?
Now, perhaps I missed something, which is entirely possible, but it seems seriously fishy to me. One of the most frustrating things about all this is that fundamentally, I like that he's trying to do good in the world. He clearly makes a lot of people happy and inspired, even if he does say so himself, and has raised some great awareness with a few of his videos. But these vague generalizations with no scientific backing just make it impossible to trust what he's saying. And what's worse is there are plenty of other issues which he could address which are a lot less vague and still incredibly important. And since Prince E has called out individuals in the past to give constructive criticism, I thought this might be the most appropriate way to address it.
Okay, so now this is where we get to see his talent. Because the guy can write. He can rap and he can write bars. And he knows about it. He has videos talking about fast rap and how it's not real rap because it's just nonsensical rap, not making no sense whatsoever. And then you got fast rap that makes sense. And, you know, he talks about also heavy metal. So he knows his stuff. He knows his music. I
read a study the other day. It said be careful when you're listening to Prince EA. I'm not going to cite it in case you criticize it, but let me try to summarize it anyway. It said if some guy...
He's using the same type of setting that EA uses, all inspirational with the words coming out.
Guy makes wild, unsourced claims and never provides citations for what he states and tries to drum up fear over what's not a big deal, then be skeptical as hell of what he's saying. Calling everyone's depression the same. Are you insane? Guess not. But at least one psychiatrist would have explained it can't always just be thought out of Jesus. It's a chemical imbalance. Please first do some research. And saying ADD is caused by media consumption, you're kind of hard to trust with such incorrect presumptions. A mountain of...
You're hard to trust with such incorrect presumptions.
Evidence is that it is genetic, and man, it's ADHD. Don't you listen to Kendrick? You won't recall precious moments on the phone? I suppose you hated the moment you posed for this photo with Oprah, you hippie hypocrite, but a backtrack lickety-split. Deleted all of it quick, we're causing society's downfall. Technology's out to get us, put down your phones, they're devious. Oh, and before you do, follow me on social media. You hate media overstimulation. Wait, look, how many spam articles are you posting on Facebook? But I've got to give
He's getting him and everything that he says, that he's not following along, the Prince DA is not following, he's showing him, like, look, this is what you say, but this is what you actually do.
Congratulations for picking a videographer good enough to distract from the inaccurate crap you're saying. Fear-mongering over the state of the world to seem clever when several of the things you said are better than ever. We are way less selfish and we're safer than historically. And what made that possible? Oh yeah, technology, human curiosity, man, that is humanity. What isn't is spreading misinformation that's damaging. Now, I'm not perfect.
Yeah, misinformation is damaging. Human curiosity is okay, but when you're spreading misinformation because of the human curiosity, you're causing damage.
I bet I have some citations missed, but I try to be consistent, and if it isn't, then I'll fix it. I like your aim to bring attention to important issues, and if you fix things, you'd be great. Hell, that's why I thought to diss you. But if you won't listen to me, maybe you'll listen to one of your fans who left this comment trying to help you understand, saying, even though I really like your thoughts and attitude, gonna unfollow cause of clickbait ads and lack of scientific proof.
Bars, man. Bars. This guy went ahead and looked at the comment that someone left him, and with that comment, not saying the whole comment itself, not even reading it, he took words to rhyme it with that. This guy's a lyrical genius. Let me see, I think that's the end.
Peace.
I just wanted to say that, oh, this is funny too, I like this part. Oh, the sky and the beauty that he shows of the world. He's mocking him. He's mocking him really bad. Okay, but the point I was going to get, that this guy is going through it right now. I look at his channel because, again, I don't know what happened to the algorithm of YouTube. He didn't pop up. His videos have not popped up in a while. And I'm talking about like 4 years. Like, I didn't see that video 4 years ago. I didn't know that existed. And then I went and I dove into his channel, and I got to find out that, you know, he hasn't posted. It's been a year that he hasn't posted. He's going through it right now. Hold on. He posted the other day, yeah, that he's been taking medication. And I don't know why he would do something like that, but in this, I mean, I'll leave it up there so you guys can read it. But he's basically saying that he was thinking, I take it that way, I don't know. But I mean, why else would you post something like that? He was being suicidal. That's a call for help. That's a cry for help. And good thing that that his followers and whoever bumped into that, whoever reached the community thing, that they supported him and, you know, advised him against it. Advise him against it. So hopefully he'll come through. He'll come out of this. He'll come out of the other side, because that's one thing. I watched a little bit of the professor, and he said that, you know, that it is like that depression for some people, it's like you go through a period that you're feeling bad, you're feeling down, you don't have any desires for life, you know, for the sunsets, you know, nothing, your family, nothing makes you happy, you find no joy in anything. And then you go through that stage, and then you come out. Some people are cyclical. They come in and they go out. They come in and they go out. Some people only happen one time, and then they take another 2 or 3 years. But it depends. Again, as only a doctor can tell. And some people don't come out of it. And that's the saddest part. So I hope that he's able to pull out. All right? So thank you if you got to the end of this video. I'm sorry that it's so long. It is a very important subject. I think that this was entertaining at the same time. I think that he has a good message, Boy in the Band. If you're feeling sad, but you don't suffer from depression, then go ahead and follow Prince EA. I'll also put the link to his video, because, you know, he is a good motivator, and you want to get inspired, go ahead. But if you suffer from clinical depression, go to a doctor. Take care, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you later. Bye.